Hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Do-It-Yourself Budget Hot Rodding. Okay, first up on things that this video is all about, we're going into, the car show season for 2023. And here we are, 2023 and car show season, and we're still working on Project Spirit. Finally, I know many of you have already seen the video of us working on Project Spirit, which was pretty recent. Matter of fact, in the filming of this, it was just in the premiere of the first video of rebuilding Project Spirit. But there's a lot of work that has to be done to Project Spirit. She's not going to be ready for car show season even by this year. Going to take my time, make sure it's done right, okay? I mean, we really, when I got her, we threw her on the road, had several issues trying to keep her going. We're not doing that this time around. Go through, rebuild everything, do everything right, where I know it's perfect, and then we throw her back on the road, which there's no such thing as a project car ever fully being done. But the objective is put her back on the road, running stout and tip-top and all that other good stuff. I'm not going to just do that. But in that, we're gonna, even as the work's being done, I've got to pick up things that I know she's going to need here and there. I've got to do it on a budget. And one of the things that's come up is the fact that at some point, I'm going to have to get under that hood. We're going to have to consider what we're going to do about that inline six, whether we're going to keep it, which part of me says I'd like to keep it just because, it's lasted this long, and it's a good engine. But on the other hand, it's a little difficult to get some of the parts for it, and a V8 would be easier to get parts for. All the performance numbers don't mean dick to me because at day's end, all the power in the world doesn't mean diddly squat if you can't get it to the pavement. Just remember that, so-called car channels out there. Yeah, there's a few of you I've got my eye on, but that's a subject for another time. So to get along with that, because Project Spirit is a show car, we're going to have to redo, once I start going through the wiring and, taking stuff out, rewiring a few things, I still wanted to make it, I want to make it look presentable under that hood, so I picked up some wire loom. Now, a lot of guys, when they buy this stuff, they just get the black stuff and they throw it on there, and it looks very, very tacky. It's very tacky. The black just kind of blends in, and basically, it really does take away from the look of the vehicle. The blue will go along with anything that we do, because one of the things that I do, and it's just kind of a me thing, it doesn't matter if it's Chevrolet orange, Ford blue, the Hemi orange, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever car company, I like to keep the factory color, but then what I like to do once the factory color's on there, then I like to dress the engine up using the factory color just because that's kind of a thing of the past, and I always find it a challenge to do that. So slapping the blue on there to blend in with the Ford blue, trust me, it'll look great. All right, so that's something for Project Spirit. But now we got to talk about Project Lena. Again, this is year 2 now that Project Lena is going to be carrying the channel through the car show season. And because she's carrying the channel through the car show season, I mean, we could just, kind of clean her up a little bit because the winter was kind of tough. She could use a good cleaning. Take her out there and then, woo, car shows. And as a matter of fact, last year, the very last car show, show of the year, Project Lena came within just inches of trophying up in a major metropolitan area, St. Louis, Missouri to be exact. And there's some nice looking rides up there. But Project Lena's story and the fact that the condition she was in, considering that there's not a huge aftermarket for these cars, and what aftermarket there is kind of sucks. They really liked the way she looked. They were really impressed with the fact that a salvage engine looked that good. But do we just stop there? And the answer to that is no. She needs a little bit more to carry that look, the vision of what I have. Okay, so to go with that, one of the things that I picked up was Lena's got a bunch of scuffs on her, scratches, dings, dents. This is common for all these cars, all of them. I don't care what kind of car you got. I picked up some Galaxy Silver Metallic made by Duplicolor from the guys over at AutoZone. Hashtag doubly not sponsored. Okay, but I picked this up with the intent that what I'll be doing with this is any scuffs, I'll lightly go over it with doing some color sanding, just enough to remove the glaze, and then spray this on, and then lightly buff that out where it kind of blends in, and you can't tell that there was a scuff there. So that's the objective with this. Now, a lot of guys may not go this far. They might redo the whole car, which fine, that is an option, but this will get us in that DIY, yet on a budget, and it'll look good. Trust me, if you do it right, it'll look good. It's just a matter of getting out there and doing the project. But to go along with that, one of the biggest things that's kind of been, bugging the holy hell out of me is that spoiler. Lena's spoiler has this blue on it that my estranged wife and I put there. Now, I didn't like doing it this way, but at that time, Project Lena was her project. And she had me do this fake paint stuff, the peelable paint. And there's this primer that you can use, and it turns any paint into a fake paint, a peelable paint. And notice how I keep kind of saying it's a fake paint. So what has happened is time has marched on, and that paint looks disgusting, which is kind of what I expected it to do. Looking at the texture, the primer and everything, it's absolutely disgusting. You go out there and you can rub on it a little bit, and your hand will come back blue. Paint on a vehicle should not do that unless you've sanded it, okay? So this just goes to show this was a bad idea to begin with. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it looks really tacky. It's showing that it was a bad decision. So what do? Well, what we need to do is we need to go out there and remove that fake paint and actually color sand where we want the paint to go, tape off everywhere else that we don't want paint to go, like the rest of the damn car, and then shoot this on that section. Now, really quick, I want to kind of touch base on something really fast. I refer to as the Plasti Dip and the peelable paint and wraps as fake paint. Okay, now I know some of you guys out there are completely okay with doing these wraps and everything, and some of them do look really good. But here's my problem. Okay, and I mean, you could say, you could disagree with me. That is completely up to you. It's your project. But if you have a vision of what your project's supposed to look like, then stick to that vision. Okay? If you can take it off and put something totally different on there just like that, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of doing a project car. That's not really, I mean, it's kind of up there where a guy says, well, I got a project vehicle, and he does kind of a shady oil change. There was actually a channel that said that. Well, this kind of, in my opinion, that's kind of the same thing. Okay, you're not be true to the vision you have and make it permanent. If you're not going to make it permanent, then what was the sense in doing the project? And that's just kind of how I feel. Again, that's, you do you, but that's how I view it, okay? And really quick, when I actually said that in a live stream, as we were getting ready to shoot that fake paint, do this fake paint job to Project Lena, my own estranged wife said, yeah, I have a hard time with commitment. That should have been foreshadowing. But anyhow, so besides my personal problems, let's talk about some other stuff for Project Lena. Now, up front is on her front bumper, these kind of weird depressions on the bumper, and in there is some black. And you guys have probably seen, if you've looked at enough video footage of Project Lena, you've seen that. And most people wouldn't think anything of it. When I got looking, that's actually more or less that shelf paper that they put on the door handles. We removed that to give her a cleaner look, to kind of, take that disgusting shelf paper look away, in 2022. So we're going to do that again and remove that, but that's a lot of silver. We need something to kind of break it up. So I got this crazy idea. Well, shelf paper worked before. Why don't we do it again? But this time, let's do it in blue. I picked this up from, again, our friends over there at AutoZone. And a lot of guys, they'll get this and they'll put it all over their interior. And it doesn't look half bad. I mean, from the pictures, whoever did that did a damn good job. But that's not the direction we're going to go in. What I'm thinking is we're going to take some cardboard, make some templates of that particular spot, cut this out to fit, and then paste that, basically put that in there instead of having black, giving her a more custom look. Now, what would even be better than this? Lightly color sanding and airbrushing, or taping it off and doing it this way. But, if it was good enough for the factory, let's take a factory idea and make it better. Okay, so that's that idea. And if we accidentally mess up doing it, don't worry, there's plenty in here. Okay, it's just one of them ideas, one of them cool ideas. But to go along with that, one of the other things that I was looking at is those titanium chrome license plate covers. Those license plate borders that have been on Lena for quite a while. Well, they're starting to show their age, and I'm looking at those covers, and I'm like, honestly and truthfully, that really doesn't do the car any justice. It doesn't do the car any favors whatsoever. So what's the next best thing? You guessed it, get some brand new ones. But we're going to do this with a twist. Here I've got some black ones that I got off of Amazon. Basically, I'd gotten a bonus from work because now most of you know that I don't work for McDonald's anymore. I'm actually a salesman for a vape shop. So what I did is because I got a nice little bonus, I picked these up for a song, and they're black. Well, we're not going to leave these black. What we're going to do is we're going to take this same medium blue Quasar, and we're going to spray the, lightly sand, take the glaze off, and then turn right around and lay a fresh coat of this on here and get it all nice and done up right, and then she'll be perfect to present at a car show with something really nice, clean. It'll look good, and it'll be ours. Good luck going on to Amazon and getting the same exact thing, because we kind of created our own look. Okay, basically started off with something that we can use. Again, metal, even though you can hear it in the plastic. And we redid it to fit our taste, making this yet another DIY project waiting to happen. But along with that, we need seat covers. The gray seats, they're starting to show their age. Okay, just time. That's just the way it is. Time is hard on these seats, and it's not like, you know, the car companies go out of their way to build them where they'll last for years and years and years to come. She's almost 20 years old as I'm making this video. Actually, in about a week from this video, Project Lena is going to be 20 years old, classic car status, and she needs seat covers. She needs something to kind of dress her up. The seats are still usable, but the outside is starting to show its age. So what do? Seat covers. Now, again, with the same bonus I got from work, I got these awesome seat covers here from Amazon. Again, normally I don't mind going through, like, you know, going out shopping for these, but these are supposed to be pretty decent, and they'll last us for a while. And I know this is going to sound kind of funny, but bear with me, hot rodders. I got these in a blue that'll match what we're already doing inside of Project Lena in butterflies. Now, there's a reason for that, really quick. Because this channel does take an active stance on mental health, there's some of you out there that have an addiction like me, but unlike me, you cut on yourselves and you hurt yourself. And I've heard of some of you going so far to prevent yourself from self-harming yourself, you know, to cut yourself. I've heard of some of you tattooing butterflies on yourself. And that butterfly, because you don't want to cut yourself, because if you cut yourself, you'll hurt that butterfly. It's a way to, it's kind of a mental thing that you guys use for yourself. Well, because of that, I decided that I wanted to get the butterfly seat covers, because every time you guys see that in video, I hope you guys know Prince Magnum's thinking about you out there. Don't want you hurting yourself, okay? I'm thinking of you. Every time, you know, I guess you could say, every time I know that you guys are hurting yourself, you know, this is just my way of saying I'm thinking about you guys. Get the help you need, please, okay? And once you do, stick with it, all right? I'm thinking about you guys out there. So that's pretty much kind of a quick unboxing of some things that we're going to be at. Obviously, there's going to be a whole lot more done to the cars than just this. And obviously, this is only just getting a couple little items. There's a lot of work to be done on Project Spirit. So don't worry, this is not it, okay? But at this rate, it's going to take me a good while before she's ready to hit the road again. But that's okay. I'd rather take my time on this instead of just putting her back together and then throwing her on the road and hoping for the best. I don't want to do that this time around. I want Project Spirit to be able to stick around with us all in video a whole lot more than she did before. So to do that, we're going to take our time. But in the meantime, Project Lena gets to really shine once again for now for 2023. And again, last year she almost trophied. I got high hopes this year. I got high hopes. I'm really hoping she does trophy. But from this video, 1 week from now, from the filming of this video, Project Lena will be in her first car show. So pretty much from here, I've got to go out and begin doing some work to good old Lena, so she's ready for show. All right, so that brings us to a good stopping point. But before we let out in the usual manner, let's pay some bills real quick. Get over to Patreon, $1 a month. All proceeds go back into the project cars, and we can do stuff like you're going to see us do in this, in upcoming videos. Okay, remember, you guys are the ones who helped that. The other thing, if you want to also support the channel, but don't want to make a monthly commitment or anything like that, maybe would like to have something to hold in your hand, want some merchandise, get on over to Teespring. There's a lot of merchandise over there to choose from. Project Lena merchandise, Project Spirit merchandise, which we're looking at changing Project Spirit's logo. We're looking at, along with that, we're also looking at doing, we're looking at doing one for Shades of Romance. We're also looking at, there's Cinnamon merch over there. Gosh, there's merchandise of all sizes and shape. Get on over there, check it out, get yourself something that you're going to enjoy. So that's the bills paid. So pretty much from here, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.